Hello, Cancer. Welcome in for your full moon in Aries reading. This reading is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Taking a look at the energy around this full moon in Aries that's happening on October 1st, later this week. My intention with this reading is to not only bring you some validation, a look into what you're going through right now at this particular time, but also with the intention to bring you some spiritual guidance, okay? So, Spirit, what does Cancer need to know at this time? Cancer, as I shuffle the cards, I'd like you to take a few deep grounding breaths to get yourself centered. This helps you to become more aware of whether or not these messages are for you. If you like my energy, but you don't identify with this spread, I do recommend looking at your moon and rising signs to see if one of those messages resonates more. Okay, Cancer. A couple more deep breaths. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Good. Okay, messages for Cancer at this time. Come to life. Visions of life beyond death. The word wants to be written. Wow, interesting. Cancer, I feel like you're going through a big rebirth right now. Come to life. This is about coming out of a period of stagnation, releasing attachments to the monkey mind, sort of egoic things that get in the way of continuing on the path that would bring us the most joy. Bringing gratitude and appreciation into the mundane. Definitely to open up to not just the grayscale of life, but the full range of colors, okay? And then visions of life beyond death. Very interesting pairing with these two cards coming out, because we have come to life and visions of life beyond death. I do feel like you are, there is a version of you that is dying at this time, and you are starting to get intuitive knowings about what this life after this major transition occurs, what it's going to look like for you. The word wants to be written. I think it's interesting comparing these two cards together, visions of life beyond death and the word wants to be written. Look at how the women in both of these cards sort of mirror each other. There's definitely some similar energy. It's like, Cancer, I want to say that it's like you've reached a level of attainment that normally people don't reach until they are in old age. Okay, so because you're reaching this, I want to say younger, not super young or anything, but I do feel like this is a person who is in their first 50 years of life. And so you are now rebirthing. I also feel like because these old ways have stagnated, you might actually notice after this transition that you become, you notice physical changes. There's like a genetic DNA sort of download happening that as you open up to your divinity more and more, you're actually appearing younger. Very interesting. The word wants to be written. I definitely feel like that. Okay, so this could be definitely for somebody who is a creative of some sort or who needs to be communicating in written word in some way. That's a definite message. Let's see what the guidebook has to say. I've only seen this card, I think, once before. It's still a pretty new oracle deck for me. The word wants to be written. You might have been taught that creativity is something you have to work hard to access, or that finding your life purpose is so difficult that you must search high and low for it. But what you are is within you and wants to come out at every available opportunity. You don't have to struggle so much. It is more about allowing space for it to manifest and let the energy to flow. The real struggle is not in finding something. It's more about letting go of the idea that you need to search for your path in the first place. You see, the process of activating your life path is a natural one. The effort is in getting out of the way and not making something happen. As for being yourself, that is the foundation from which your true life path will reveal itself. Being yourself comes easier when you give yourself permission to love, honor, accept yourself in all circumstances, especially the ones where you might be more tempted to reject and judge. Give the sacred rebel within the opportunity to decide your values, irrespective of whether they meet with general social acceptance. This oracle brings you the message that what you are dreaming of or seeking to do, create, live, or manifest is actually very natural for you. This is why you want to do it. If you experienced controlling and manipulative forces as you were growing up, you would have found it hard to access your natural state at that time. You would have been too busy trying to adapt and get through the trials of childhood. When you finished navigating childhood and started to let go of who you were taught in order to become who you really are, you may have found your life path was not easily accessible. That's simply because your true and natural self was covered by layers of shame from the early conditioning that you had to be other than who you are in order to win love and be acceptable. However, the natural self hasn't gone anywhere. It is still there within you. Now, this is just about chipping away at the walls of shame, perhaps with a defiant, "Who the hell cares? I am here and I'm going to love myself anyway." Wow, that's beautiful. What you want to write, sing, dance, or become is you. It is natural. Drop your defenses, get into the grit, and confront the power of any old shaming has had over you. It's finished now. It is time for you to be naked with yourself. Acknowledge how gorgeous you are and get on with your work. Life is urging you to do so because the work wants to happen. What you want to create wants to be created. The word wants to be written. You just need to let go of any remnants of the past that have been in your way. Step firmly over them and onto your path. Okay, so I am being called again. You are one of many readings that I've actually had this week where I've been called to mention my group on Facebook, Artists Anonymous. It is for people who are creatively blocked. We're working through Julia Cameron's system. If you're familiar with the Artist Way, gosh, God bless Julia Cameron, right? Because she created a beautiful system for moving past our shame and our blocks to our creativity. Okay, so if that's something that interests you, Cancer, if this message is resonating so far, I do encourage you to check out the group. We'd love to have you. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm getting out of this. So Cancer, let's switch over to the tarot and see what else wants to come through, get a better idea of the circumstances surrounding at this time of the full moon in Aries. I do also want to say, you know, this is a general reading, so take what messages resonate and leave the rest. Not all of this might be for you. And on that note, if you're coming to this video after the full moon in Aries time frame and you're feeling very, very drawn to this, there's still probably a message here for you, okay? So, messages for Cancer at this time period. Spirit, what does Cancer need to know about this time period of the full moon in Aries happening on October 1st? All right, I'm going to lay this out for you first, Cancer, and then I'll talk you through it, okay? The moon. Interesting. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune. Wow, Cancer. Big stuff coming on for you. The Death. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Sun, Nine of Cups, Two of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. You know, there's a couple cards here that appeared reversed, and you know, it's interesting. As I've been doing the readings for the last couple of weeks, I have been reading more reversals with this deck than I normally do. I normally do not read reversals with them, but I was just switching back the ones that did come up reversed because those ones feel significant. So, Cancer, I want to say, you know, what's going on for you is this, like I said before, there's this rebirth going on. You have the moon and the wheel of fortune in the center of the spread. So to me, the message that's coming through is definitely about trusting your intuition. I really feel like you're having a difficult time trusting where Spirit's taking you right now. You feel a little bit lost in the dark. You might be feeling sort of like you're having a dark night of the soul. And this is calling on you to make changes in your life, to up-level yourself so that what this new life is trying to come in for you actually can come in. Yeah, I definitely feel like, okay, so because also with the moon, and this is happening around the full moon, and then you've got this interesting like big circular wheel of fortune, and we've got the sun down here, moon up here. I definitely feel like doing some sort of releasing ceremony at this time. There's like karmic ties. You know, what this card, the word wants to be written. I was pretty interested to find that that card had some messages about having experiences of shame and hiding yourself in childhood, because it's just really not what was coming forth for me from that card. Actually, the Visions of Life Beyond Death card, that is a card that I see of ancestral healing. So that said, I do feel like there are like, it's like all of these little things on the branches through the circle are like these karmic ties to people. These could be your parents, siblings, friends, family, lovers, people that you have had significant relationships in your life. And you're being asked to clear away the old systems, the old thought process that you have inherited or learned from those people, okay? Disconnecting your energy from those that do not align with what your higher self wants to bring in, so that the Wheel of Fortune can move again. It's like all of these things are kind of tying you up, binding you up, and keeping you from, you know, this came up reverse, keeping you from clarity, keeping you from this transformation. I feel like, Cancer, you actually are kind of resisting this transformation that you're going through. The Death card did come up in reversed. Okay, so I do feel like this is a major upheaval. Obviously, this transition is happening. The universe is moving you forwards, whether you like it or not. And so on a conscious level, you need to be embracing this change in a more conscious way. You need to be working with the energy of this, changing your mindset from why is this happening to me to this is happening for me. That's not always true. You know, like that's not to say that other people don't do things that are unacceptable, that there is injustice in the world. And yet when we change our own perspective, when we decide from our own power, you know, our own awareness that we're going to change the script. Okay, I feel like some of these things you are not wanting to let go of because it's almost like, who am I without them? What am I without these negative belief systems? That's what I think about that, Cancer. Seven of Pentacles reverse. I do feel like you're on some sort of new career path. I feel like that's what this stagnation is about. You are like up leveling in all regards of your life. Love, money, friendships, whatever. It's a total up leveling. And again, resistance, this being reversed, I definitely feel like there is resistance to the process, or a dragging of the feet, excuses, things getting in the way of you actually moving into that rebirth transition. Calling it like I see it, Cancer. Don't get too mad at me because I'm just saying what the cards say. Positive energy, though, the Six of Wands, and you're underneath. This is you rising above. You know from a deeper place within you that you are going to rise above all of this. You are going to have this rebirth in your life. Your conscious mind is having a harder time catching up because of those monkey brain things, those learned behaviors and patterns that can be so tricky to unprogram. Your near future, I see you moving towards cutting these negative energies out of your life. Okay, I definitely feel like all of this weird stuff in the middle of the swords, it's like they're very similar to the little lines, the connections between you and other people. And so at this time, I definitely feel like disconnecting your energy from other people, removing the toxic energy, doing some meditations to clear your energetic body. That's going to be very important right now because there's like a spiritual gunk in your aura and it needs to be cleared out for there to be clarity. Okay. Your advice card, the Sun, Leo card. So that might mean something to you, might not. I really feel like this is just calling on you to have hope, have faith that the sun will rise again. This transition will happen, and that you need to turn towards the positive in things, okay? Especially when negative belief thought systems have become a way of being for so long. It really is about like I said before, changing your mindset, choosing from your own free will to see things differently, to release the hold of darkness and move forward. There could be travel on the horizon for some of you too. That's just something I'm picking up here. Vitamin D, vitamin B. That's not going to be a message for all of you, but if I am getting the feeling from some of this, you could be dealing with lifelong mental health issues, and as your mindset is changing, as you move deeper into your spirituality, you're resisting a change of your mindset. Now, this isn't to say that you don't actually have some sort of mental illness, that those things shouldn't be treated by therapy, medication, etc. However, your brain is scientifically proven to be able to change the way it views things, okay? And embracing a positive attitude, embracing gratitude and appreciation every day, it's harder for those of us who deal with mental health issues. I personally have struggled with that my whole life, so I really understand. I understand where you're coming from, Cancer. But you have to have faith that you are divinely supported, and I honestly feel like you are getting in your way more than anything else. In your external influences, it's been interesting. I've said this in the last couple of readings. Usually it's where I see other people. Lately I've been seeing it as either blockages or messages from your higher self, messages from your psyche. You know, this has been, the advice card has been more advice from your guides. This has been more advice from your higher self. The Nine of Cups reversed. Definitely feel like it's like you have so much to actually be grateful for, Cancer. There's a lot of good things in your life, things that are going to be either are going to be manifesting for you or already have manifested for you. And again, like I said, it's all about changing the mindset around it, okay? Can you wake up every day and allow the first thing you do to be say, I am so grateful to be alive today. I am so grateful that I have food to eat. You know, when we look at everything that happens in our life through this lens of the world is against us, you need to really ask yourself, do you believe that this is a loving universe, or do you believe that it's a cruel one? How you answer that question, it changes how you view things. The universe might be cruel, but I've noticed that the more I think of it as a positive place, the more I'm able to see the good, okay? So I feel like that's something that is coming up for you at this time. There could also be something, I don't know, if you know your chart very well, this could be a message for somebody about your ninth house. Ninth house, if you have your ninth house in a water sign, there's something there about that's coming up. I don't know what that might be, but you might want to look at your chart, look at the transits going on in your ninth house right now, and look at that. Definitely. Okay, so hopes and fears, balance. Two of Pentacles, usually about indecision. In this deck, it's balancing your inner masculine and feminine, balancing your spirit and physical selves, integration. You know, I think it's interesting. The word wants to be written. All of these butterflies, right? Here it is. You know, it's, there's a lot of spiritual pathways that compare the soul to a butterfly. I definitely feel like you've gone through this transition of death and rebirth. You're kind of still maybe in your cocoon, and now you're finally coming out of it. Look, again, also more butterfly energy. So balancing the receptive with the active, moving past any blockages. I feel like you're almost afraid to be balanced. Again, I think it's an identity thing. There are aspects of your experience that you have had around for so long that letting them go, even if they don't serve you, even if you don't want them in your reality, there's some aspect of you that is afraid to be balanced, is afraid to be happy. Cancer. I feel like I'm really calling you out. I hope that you don't feel like this, Cancer, but I'm just calling it like I see it. The final outcome, though, is the Ace of Wands. So I do feel like this new rebirth, this creative energy that is flowing through you, you know, you're cutting these things out around the full moon, and that gives you the space to manifest something new. In fact, I'm actually seeing these two together, and it's almost like all of this stuff in the center is covering up this one wand. And so you take out all of those swords, keeping that gunk together, all those negative karmic connections. This might mean going no contact with some people in your life. Just saying. But removing all of that negative gunk in your energy stands away, and you're left with just you, your pure creative potential, your new beginning, and whatever it is that you're trying to create at this time. Like I said, it could be a career thing. Definitely getting a strong feeling of that. Let's just clarify the Ace of Wands. Let's see what this beautiful new beginning Cancer is moving towards. Okay, what is Cancer moving towards? What incentive does Cancer have to releasing these thought patterns? Okay, what benefit is going to come out of this? What is this Ace of Wands? Spirit, Ace of Wands for Cancer. Two of Cups. Yep, marriage within yourself. Six of Pentacles, or Six of Cups, excuse me. Temperance, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, this just really reinforced everything I already said, Cancer. I think that clearing out the toxic connections, clearing out the negative belief systems is going to bring you into more union with another. It's also going to help you, actually, I feel like what it's going to bring in is it's like you need to release these outside connections that are no longer serving you in order to allow in your soul family. I definitely, for some of you, this is a strong message about toxic family members. Understanding of how those people played a role to awaken you to these things, and allowing that to expand you and grow towards the other souls that are actually here not to clear out karma, but to raise the vibration of the collective and find that inner balance within. I definitely feel like you're going to come out the other side of this feeling so much better, so much more centered, so much more yourself. So Cancer, yeah, that's what I'm getting for you. You know, I feel like I said, I didn't mean to just spend the whole time calling you out, but at the same time, trying to give you a little kick in the ass, because there is definitely a lot of wonderful things that the universe wants to bring in for you. And now it's just time for you to get out of your own damn way. If this message resonated with you, please, please, please like, subscribe, and share. If you'd like to go deeper in with this reading, get more guidance on exactly what's going on in your life, you can book a private reading with me. Info's in the description box below. I am also a Reiki healer. So if you feel like you could use some energetic support, somebody to help remove those energetic blockages, if you don't know how to do that and you feel like you could use the support, I am also always available for those sessions as well. We can talk about that. My email is in the description box as well. So if you just want to ask, see if this is going to be a relationship that you would like to pursue professionally, I am always here for you. Okay, Cancer, best of luck, and until next time, take care.